how are you guys? I hope you're enjoying the fall. If you're in Chicago, it's gotten really cold, so I wanted to share a recipe for a hot drink that's my favorite. I'm always looking for coffee alternatives. I sometimes drink coffee, but the caffeine can sometimes bother me. And this one, it's called a Turmeric Latte. It's also known as a golden milk, but I feel kind of weird calling it golden milk. It sounds like golden showers. It is delicious, it's spicy, and it's really good for you because, did you know, turmeric really helps build your immune system, and it's really good for fighting coronavirus. This is what it looks like when it's done, a turmeric latte. Let me go over what you're going to need. I'm using oat milk. You could use almond milk, coconut milk. This one is craveably creamy. It's so good. And I always make sure that it doesn't have more than 7 grams of sugar. So this one happens to have 7 grams. That's good. Because it already has sugar in it, I don't sweeten it, but if you want, you can add agave or maple syrup. You'll need a little bit of coconut oil. Coconut oil helps you absorb all the other spices, which are antioxidants. So we're going to put in a little tiny bit of black pepper, make it real spicy. Ground ginger. You can also use fresh ginger. Cinnamon, and turmeric. Now, some options are you can also add cayenne. I did this last night for the first time. Too hot for me. Too spicy. Cinnamon sticks instead of cinnamon. And cardamom gives it kind of another flavor. Some people put cloves in too. Oh, and you're going to need measuring things. A teaspoon, a half teaspoon, a whisk, and a pot. And I just have, if you're my age, you used to say someone was foxy. You will need a measuring cup. Okay, that's all our equipment and all our ingredients. Here's what you're going to do. I just put the pot right on the stove. I use a little one. It's like a single serving because I just make it for myself. But if you're making it for someone else, you could just double the recipe, use a bigger pot. First, we're going to add the milk. You're going to put in 2 cups of milk. Measuring it out. I know I don't usually measure. Then we're going to put in a teaspoon of turmeric. Put in a teaspoon. And now that we have the milk in there, we can start heating it up. Just whisk it up. I have to say you need a whisk because you can't stir powder and liquid. It's not going to combine. We're going to put in a half teaspoon of the ginger. Half teaspoon of ginger. Then we're going to put in the cinnamon. Half teaspoon of cinnamon. And then I'm going to put in a tiny bit of black pepper. I just sprinkle a few sprinkles. That was even a lot. Then we're going to add our coconut oil, a half teaspoon. Coconut oil, if you haven't used it before, it's very interesting. It's solid when it's, room temperature, but then as soon as you heat it up, it becomes a liquid. Isn't that fascinating? So any of these ingredients, adjust it for how you want it. Whether you like it spicy like I do, or maybe you want it more mellow. Then you can add the other ingredients I talked about if you want to, but for me, this is perfecto. You don't want to heat it too much because any kind of alternative milk, they don't heat really well. They get kind of crumbly. It's really quick. And as soon as it's done, pour it in the cup and drink it up. Some people like to make cappuccinos, so it's more frothy. This is a really cool device that my mom gave me. You just turn it on and it whisks it up, makes it frothy. Of course, today when I wanted to show you, it's not working. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'm putting the batteries in wrong, but maybe some of you guys have this. It's just, you could also use a mixer, or maybe you could even put it in a blender. I don't know. Try it. I had coffee yesterday. By the way, that is what inspired this video. I had a turmeric latte at a place that it was not good. It's like they just poured a mix into the cup and heated it up. No. Then today I went to get coffee and they didn't even have a turmeric latte. I thought, oh, I have got to do a video on how to make a turmeric latte. I gotta spread the word for this deliciousness. Then once you see that it's getting hot, take it off the fire. Don't leave it on the fire too long. Ooh, yeah, it's perfect. And that's it. Then we're going to pour it in our cup. so delicious, spicy, warm, and good for you. The way I discovered this drink was I was at, I think it's called Allegro. It's the cafe that's in Whole Foods. And I asked the guy, what's this turmeric latte? And he's like, oh, you're probably not going to like it. It's kind of weird. I'm like, it's weird? I probably will like it. It was so good. I'm like, oh my God. I'm so glad I discovered this. So before I left, I made sure to tell him, you shouldn't call it weird. You should tell people it's delicious, because it is. So, please subscribe to my channel. Just hit bing, subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you like it so I know. And let me know if you make it in the comments. I would really like to hear how it turned out. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. Take good care. Really. Okay, see you next time.